Hey everybody, this is Brian Yearling from the Waukesha Instructional Technology Coordinator team, and I'm just going to run through a brief tutorial on how parents can log in and view different students in Blackboard that they would have guardianship over. So this is the Blackboard Learn login page, and if you are new to Blackboard, the address here would be http://bb9.waukesha.k12.wi.us, and just make a special note, there is no www in that address. Once you are here, all parents in our district and guardians in our district are associated with the student that they have guardianship over, and that association between the parent and the student or students, or the guardian, student, and students, is automatically brought into Blackboard for the sake of parents being able to observe what's going on in the Blackboard courses. Let me make special note just to say that not all of our teachers in all of our schools are being asked to use Blackboard in the same way, so it's important to have a conversation with your building administration and also your teacher and students to just have a sense of how Blackboard is being used in their classrooms, because it does vary so much. I'm going to log in here with just a demo account, but for parents to log in, they will be using the Zangle Parent Connect information, and in the username area, they will be using the PIN number. So for parents in the school district of Waukesha, this will probably be a 6 to 8 digit number in the username, and the password has been selected by the parents already. So if you do not have that login information, it would be best to call a school secretary and find out what that information is for you, and they should be able to get that for you. So I'm going to log in here. Sorry, let's see if we can get in with the right one. Alright, so there it is. What we're looking at here is the school district of Waukesha background and look for a parent. And just some key things to note here, the parent that we're looking at and the student we're looking at in this demo account are pretty heavily enrolled in our eAchieve online courses in the district. So you'll see some things in this particular demo you may not see in your own demo or in your own child's version of this. Just kind of a quick overview here. On the left-hand side, the tools area, there's only going to be one tool that we'll talk about here, and that is the parent dashboard tool, and that's really the main one you're going to use. The My Announcements area, dependent upon how each teacher is using My Announcements, they will be able to post announcements from Blackboard, and all of the announcements from the different courses a student is enrolled in will bubble up here into the My Announcements area. If teachers in those courses aren't using it, though, you won't see any announcements there. So again, that's a conversation to have with the teacher and your son or daughter. The report card is a bit of a misnomer because if you're in eAchieve world, meaning that your son or daughter is enrolled in eAchieve, you will see a report card that means something here. If your student is in a face-to-face classroom in the school district of Waukesha, this report card information really won't be used, and that's because Blackboard has a different grading system than the standard score grading system we use in the school district of Waukesha. And so this is really here just for the eAchieve folks who do use that Blackboard grading system. So that is certainly nobody's fault, and it's not something that you necessarily need to expect from a teacher or something a teacher isn't doing. They truly, if they're in a face-to-face classroom, nothing will appear here in the report card. But because of our eAchieve families and students, we cannot get rid of that as they do use it pretty heavily. Down here in the My Calendar area, provided a teacher is using a calendar that is the Blackboard calendar, they will actually see the My Calendar events pop up here. However, if you've got a teacher that is using something like the Google Calendar and embedding that, that again will not appear here. So it's something you'll want to talk with the teacher about specifically, and if they're using Google Calendar, ask them where to find that within the course itself. And My Tasks is another one that's really a heavily eAchieve area. The key thing we're looking at here is this, classes in which, and then you should see the the student's name here. And that's really what we're looking for. Now, if you've got more than one student, I'm going to show you quickly how to switch between those students. But underneath that, you'll see all of the courses that student is presently enrolled in. And these are live links that we can click to get back to those courses. Now, when I want to get back to that main page again to check out other courses, I'm just going to click on the SDW link, and you'll see it takes us right back. So we can move between these courses in that fashion. Now, let's say that I want to switch over from Rick Demo Nettesheim, my one student, to a different one. I'm going to click on the Parent Dashboard tool. And here you can see my other child, Josie Cool. And if I click on this little drop-down caret here, I can click Observe. Okay. And I've just switched which classes I'm observing and which student I'm observing here. So you'll never be able to see, based on some recent upgrades, you'll never be able to see both of those students in the exact same window. You'll have to switch between them, but you should not have to log out, as your parent-guardian association will go along with the students throughout Zangle. Here you can see that my other student, Josie Cool, must be quite an overachiever, enrolled in lots and lots of different classes here. Lots of different assignments, lots of different grade books and report cards and all that sort of thing. It's pretty unlikely that your son or daughter will be in the same boat, but you can see what can happen over time. When we go inside of the course here, the next thing that I want to point out to you, and I think this is a pretty good example of that, is parent and teacher, parent-guardian status in a course is a little bit different than a student status in that course. Here we're in the Cat South course, and you can see that nothing's really appearing. It says quite clearly there are no available items in this class, and the reason for that is that the teacher likely has something there, but it's not being shown to parents or guardians. And so that's another piece that you may want to talk with the teachers about. This is something very new for our teachers in the school district of Waukesha. And so to share with them that, you can't see anything in the course, there very likely is something there, depending on, what the teacher's using it for and what the building expectations are for that. But being able to communicate with them and say, as an observer, I can't see that. They will be able to either find somebody to help them turn that on, or eventually turn that on their own, so that you can see what they're wanting you to see. But you will not, as an observer, probably see everything that's in the course, and that can be for a number of different reasons, but we just want to be real clear about that on the front end of it. I know, for instance, this course is far more developed than you're seeing here, and so that's really a parent-observer question. Let's just look at one other one quickly and see if I can find one that has maybe a little bit more in it. Here's a good example of one. And each course will be laid out differently. There is no common expectation of how teachers lay all of this out. So, for this particular course, parents can see the PACE chart, announcements for that course, and any specific course information that would happen there. So, again, we'll click on the SDW to switch back, and I'm going to just show you one more time how to get back to the other student. We click Parent Dashboard, hover over the student that is not being observed. This little gray arrow, we click on it, we click Observe, OK, and we can switch back to the other student to see both of them. So that is how you log in, and just a quick run through on some of the things you might want to look for in the Parent Observer module in our School District of Waukesha Blackboard environment. Again, my name is Brian Yearling. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. It's byearlin@waukesha.k12.wi.us. Or if you have questions for individual teachers, feel free to contact them and ask them specifically how they're using the Blackboard environment and the Blackboard course to better reach your son and daughter, and be a bit more transparent with what their course expectations and course assignments and focus is throughout the year. So thanks a lot for listening, and again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.